Welcome to the Chip and Cern Show, the podcast about everything and nothing at the same time. They were possibly separated at birth, only to be rejoined to create the sweet sounds that will caress your deepest cochlea. The show is real, random, rant-filled, and ruthless. Please be warned that the show may hurt your feelings, offend your grandma, and even kick your dead dog in the balls. So get ready, and let's get this shit started.
This shit has started. I'm Chip.
I'm Cern.
And you are listening to the Chip and Cern Show.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Very good.
Is there a destination you should go?
I mean, I would go to chipandcernshow.com
Yeah,
if I was looking for all things Chip and Cern, including shirts, hats, and stickers.
Yes. Some swag.
That's the place to go if you want to roll with all the Chip and Cern Show merch, a sweet hat, cool stickers.
Early adopter.
Oh.
Chip and Cern. We have one. Two.
We have more than one.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you... One?
Oh, a serious one. You
Oh,
know,
yeah, if you are a serious person. Very good, Cerny. Thank you. So, this episode is sort of about getting around the rules or rule skirting a little bit.
beating on a technicality.
Yeah. I have a few stories that I would like to share, which I think will spark some interest with you, Cerny.
Go on.
The first one is, as you know, we have a few dogs. We have two dogs. One, you're very familiar with Ari, who's an older dog.
Yeah. Oh, she is alone now.
Yeah, 9.
Fuck.
I know, Jesus fucking Christ.
Where did the time go?
I know you were coming over when she was a puppy, and then we have Zoe,
You flew her in from Alabama?
some fucking Arkansas or some shit like that. Anyway, so to board these dogs is like almost $80 to $100 a night. So if we go to a wedding in wherever, we have to board the dogs for 3 nights. So it's $300.
Oh, boy.
Not cheap.
Now, if you have to board the dog in NorCal,
Yeah.
board it at Cern's house.
Well, we could. You have a backyard now.
Yeah.
So we could always do this since you're having your own dog soon. Now, I think you'll like the dog, Cerny. I don't know why.
For those who know Cern, he's not a dog person.
He's not. I don't know
cat
why.
person. I don't know.
But dogs are better. Anyway, so a dog is $100 a night. Now, sometimes if we're going for a night or two, we find a hotel that allows dogs.
Okay.
Now, they usually will charge, like if you are renting an apartment, if you have a dog, they'll charge an extra $65, $95, whatever dollar amount per month or per night for having the dog.
Almost like a person per person.
Right. Because, dogs piss places and they shit places and whatever.
Yeah.
And they rip shit
bark.
up. My dogs are pretty good, but sure, what the hell. So, the new thing that my wife and I are doing is we are finding hotels that are pet friendly that allow dogs and charge an extra thing per dog, but we just don't tell them that we're bringing dogs with us.
Yeah.
So we will bring dogs with us, but we won't pay it's usually upwards of whatever the night is
I do those
surcharge.
I do the people. I've done that
Okay.
where I've checked in.
And you just say, oh, it's just me, but I need 3
I like
bedrooms.
to sleep with a lot of pillows and blankets.
Right.
If you could, I do that, and,
Because
oh, yeah, no problem. And then,
when you book a hotel, they usually will say how many, people.
Yeah.
And if Cerny's rolling with
6
the
to
full
8.
squad, it's 6. If it's him, his wife, and the little one, it's only 3. So usually, sometimes they'll even go, okay, it's $10 a person, $25. I don't know what the most is per person, but Cerny could be, if he books a $200 hotel room, he could be out an extra $150.
yeah.
If
Unnecessarily.
you go with the full squad. So
Clay,
very similar to
It's not a cruise. They ain't checking your shit.
right.
So,
We'll just go.
this is a Chip and Cern pro tip.
You just go to the hotel that allows dogs. So because the problem is if they don't allow dogs and they see a dog walking around, fucking suspicious as fuck.
Exactly.
If they allow dogs and they see a dog, no problem.
Gold.
Like your dog's not wearing a tag that says 357, so they know what room you're at, right? Oh,
Yeah.
what are you drinking there, Cern?
Anchor Steam. I'm drinking the Anchor California Lager.
That's a good one. So solid. Lager.
It does taste good. I do like the Anchor.
Yeah.
The Anchor brand.
They have unique bottles as well.
Smooth. Mm-hmm. Even the IPA was smooth.
They have a summer ale, or is it a summer IPA? I don't know which varietal it is. Do you have it on there?
It is the Go West IPA.
Go West! Exclamation point IPA.
Yes. So I was shouting, go West.
That's how I type my emails in all caps.
So for those early adopters of the Chip and Stone Show, circa 2009.
Yeah.
I think we were on the show, now that I remember, cursing IPAs and how assy they were.
Yeah.
India Pale Ass.
Or was it... were we really into IPAs, or were we really against IPAs?
Against. India Pale Ale.
India Pale Ass. Just because it was so hoppy.
Yeah.
It tastes like a dank...
The virgin taste buds.
Yeah. We were young. 20, 21, 22.
And I don't know about you, but now I look for the IPA.
I do. I went through a big IPA phase, and I'm kind of over it now because it's just too much.
For winter? I think it's okay.
Oh, for winter, yeah. But if you're like at the park and it's 80 degrees, you want to be chugging a double IPA. Like, that'll fucking knock you out.
I want to
Stella
crush an
something.
IPA, especially if I know, like, I'm at a barbecue. I'm probably going to have 3, 4.
You want
5,
something lighter that you
beers.
can rifle through.
Yeah.
Amen.
I'm not shotgunning IPAs.
You have 6 IPAs, you'll be fucking coals on you.
Oh God, that's where I usually go with the Mexican beers, the Coronas, the
T-Cats.
Yeah, the T-Cats, the Modelos, or I'll do a Bullet, Silver Bullet. Light.
Okay.
I don't do Bud Light.
Well, fair. That's you're allowed to. So back to the rule skirting.
We digress.
So my wife and I stayed in Midtown Sacramento
at
this nice hotel, the Sheraton, and pretty nice. We found a little deal on it. Was $150 or $170, whatever the amount was. For a dog, it was an extra $75. So almost, let's just call it double of what the rate would have been. And we have 2 dogs. So we said, well, we'll just keep them in the room. And then, people won't know. So they were in there, and it was maybe for 2 days. I mean, we didn't leave them in there for 2 days, but we were in the hotel for 2 days.
Okay.
And we had kind of left the dogs in there for a while. My wife and I went out. We have a very young child. So we would go walk with the child at night or whatever. And so we are about to check out. And we're like, we're going to pull this over and we're going to save like $200 over these couple nights by not letting them know. And the phone rings and our dogs are barking because someone goes and, dogs, someone goes and knocks on the door.
Yeah.
And they fucking act like you're being robbed and going to be raped and pillaged.
Yeah.
That happens. And then a couple minutes later, our phone rings. I'm like, hello? And they said, oh, this is the front desk. Are there dogs in the room? And nearly in the same moment, somebody knocks on the door. Okay. And the dogs start barking. Wait. And I, instead of just answering her question, I just said, oh, we're checking out right now. Okay. She's like, oh, okay. But is there dogs? And I just hung up.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, they had given us, yes, they technically slid our bill under the door, and it was, $300 for the 2 nights or whatever. No dog surcharge or whatever. But I checked my credit card statement, and they charged the extra $75 for the dog fee. So I almost got away with it, but I think because when they asked if there were dogs there, and I just didn't say no, and the dog was barking, and I just said that we were leaving,
a visitor.
It tipped her off.
So, yes, but they are visiting.
When have you ever brought a dog to visit a so-and-so?
The person who has the dogs is visiting.
I know.
This reminds me of your party. Bachelor party.
Oh.
Well, we got not too many details.
No, let's not get...
But
One, because we don't remember them. Two, we don't want to embarrass anyone.
Yeah.
That's sitting in the room, which is just me.
We stayed at a nice suite in Reno.
The nicest that Reno had to offer.
Yeah. Well,
Which I very much appreciate. It was very nice that you guys did that.
it was nice.
Would you tell them like 2 people were staying there?
Yes. Actually, there was 2 people staying there. It actually was a
8
6,
or something.
8,
Yeah.
It was a god awful amount. And how long were we there before we got a first complaint?
I mean, to be honest, time was swirling around me.
I think
I'm going to say maybe 4 hours in the room.
Yeah, because we had freshly gotten there. The party had not even begun yet.
Yeah.
Remember, we just had a door open and we had some music playing while we were having casual drinks, not even hardcore drinks at this moment in time. And I remember we got the knock on the door from the lady. Says,
That's right.
I'm trying to sleep. And I believe...
Wait, that was a patron?
It was a patron. I said, I'm trying to sleep, making an awful lot of noise. And
This
it was
was 10
not me.
p.m. at night or something?
It was...
Was it me?
It was a son of a bitch.
Oh, okay.
And he said, I believe he said, fuck you.
Oh,
It is
boy.
Reno.
Come on,
and it is
Tony.
8 o'clock at night. It was only
8?
It was only 8.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I got to
So
back Tony up on
He
this.
had a valid point. She left in disgust. And I remember the party was starting.
Mm-hmm.
And
All the guests had arrived.
yes, I'll And remember we had killed a bottle of Kettle One.
Fuck.
And we went to...
This made me sick as fuck. Didn't we have... We had like one of those... If you guys have ever been to Costco or Sam's Club or like what are they called? Membership
club stores.
Club stores.
Box stores, basically. Yeah.
You buy... you can't just go and get a 6-pack of beer. You got to buy a 30-pack.
30 rag, yeah.
Or if you go to get Red Bull or Rockstar,
You get a flat.
we bought a flat 12 of the tall boys.
Yeah.
So we're talking...
And Coronas. Remember we had like a whole
Yeah.
We filled the sweet
bathtub.
with ice and brews.
Yeah. And then we had not a 750, but a handle of Kettle One vodka,
We
Jack
crushed,
Daniels.
We crushed that in about an hour.
So we were doing, and in all honesty, I was very nervous because I knew
What was going to happen?
what was going to happen. So I was like, well, this is, I better kind of loosen up for this, so I'm prepared.
He was not the only one that was nervous.
Right.
Everybody was nervous.
So we were having Red Bull vodkas.
Yeah, no, actually. To the few listeners. And actually, I think 50% of listeners were there.
Right. My wife wasn't there.
No.
Okay.
She was listening. Anyway.
She might be.
We were taking bets on the trimmings down below. Mm-hmm. Porn stripe, bear.
This is a Joe's pubic hairstylings?
Yes.
Yeah. So we were taking bets, I do remember. And there was a couple cars going up. But anyway, we were getting blasted, drunk. And I distinctly remember I need to get ahead of this. I need to be in a place to where I'm comfortable with everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if I see Cern's ball sack, cool. It doesn't matter. It's not going to matter to me.
It'll be okay.
If someone sees Chip's butt or
It's
his
okay.
dick, whatever. It's all cool here. Like, we need to get to this point.
Yeah. So everyone was there.
So we were crushing this handle and then these rock stars that we were
I
drinking.
remember a certain member, duper out. And we're like,
Oh, no.
not all the guests were there. Mm-hmm. We were move on to the brews. And
Fuck. That was not a good night for me.
no, it wasn't.
We got derailed. How did we get here?
I won't talk about we got derailed, but we got derailed.
Okay.
And I remember we got derailed, and it's not a discussion.
Yeah.
Remember I asked. Now you were you were still around.
Oh, the lady knocked on the door. I'm talking about our podcast got derailed.
Oh yeah,
The lady knocked on the door, and we were drunk. Someone who's a son of a bitch,
actually,
and doesn't listen.
We had only had a couple drinks, so we were actually okay at this point. I think
we were straight.
We were straight, and someone just was a son of a bitch, got
right.
pissed, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
So at this,
8 p.m. is not a fair time to tell people to take a timeout and dial it back.
This is a Friday night in Reno at 8 p.m.
at a suite.
Yeah.
We're on the suite floor. There's 10 floors in this, which isn't,
and at this
in
point,
retrospect.
we weren't making that much noise. We just had the door crack with our music playing. And it wasn't even that loud. We had one of those first generation Bluetooth shitty speakers.
Right.
Yeah. So we were all right at that point. So the second time is you were still around. We were watching Sports
We're
Center.
still around. Thanks, Ernie.
Sports Center.
Yeah.
And we were at this point we were fucked up, and it was top 10, and we were like,
was all the guests there?
No.
Okay.
We were cheering about the
Torrey Hunter made a fucking diving catch or something.
Holy shit. Yeah, knock on the door.
Was it the hotel this time? Okay.
Hey, you guys making too much noise. All right, sorry. I'm sorry. We're just watching Sports
Now,
Center.
I remember this, and I had never been in a suite before. Cerny, had you?
No.
Now, this thing had, correct me if I'm wrong, it had a whole, kitchenette,
Yes.
fridge, a fucking stove, an island.
It was like an apartment.
It was a little, 1,200 square foot, 1,000 square foot apartment with 2 different bedrooms and a couch and a pull-out sleeper.
Remember we had a TV in the mirror in the bathroom?
Oh, we were just out of our minds with this.
This was
and Reno, for anyone that doesn't know, is way baby brother Vegas.
Yeah.
It's like Vegas, but 1/5 of Vegas. Not even 1/5, 1/10 of Vegas.
Yeah. And Reno.
But all Northern
Recently,
California people go to Reno for any gambling needs.
Yeah. Exactly. So we had our,
So the hotel, it wasn't like a security guard, but it was kind of like a front desk person, right?
Hey,
I do remember.
You're making too much noise. People are complaining.
Now, this is 10:30, 11 maybe?
Yeah, it's around 10:30. All right. We said, okay, we're sorry.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
And I remember then all the guests finally showed up.
Sure.
And we were partying. And knock on the door.
But, were we... No, I wasn't. Were we loud?
We were pretty fucking loud.
Okay.
And...
We're getting out of hand?
Yes.
As my mom would say. My mom wasn't there, no.
And somebody was hiding behind the door. And the door opened, and now there's security saying, hey, we were up here before.
This is the third time.
This is the third time.
Yeah.
It was the second time with the hotel, third time. Knock it off.
Now, this person probably saw the situation in the room.
Yeah, they knew what was going on.
Yeah.
So,
it's a suite.
Yeah. And
it's not going to be...
And I said, I'm sorry, because I actually answered, all right, I'm sorry. Continue on with partying.
Yeah.
All right, sorry, slam the door.
Right.
Turn the party back on. It's just like a
Beastie Boys starts up again.
Like Animal House or something. A little bit later, knock on the door again. Oh boy. So I answer the door. And now there's not one, but now 2 security guards there.
Okay.
And everyone's saying, I was up here before. I said, yeah, I remember.
Oh, no.
And I was with a son of a bitch who said, I'm just trying to fucking party here. He goes, so you got a party going on in there? And I said, no. He goes, what's going on? Nothing. As one of our guests was hiding.
Yeah.
Nothing. I'm sure they know.
Oh, yeah.
They don't know.
The guest of honor?
The guest of honor
wasn't me, though.
No. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Chip is checked out.
Oh, really? I was just taking a nap for myself? Yes. Recharge the batteries a little bit? Okay.
You checked out.
Now, let me level set for everyone. We are 21, 22.
21.
And when I say that I was I had never been in this, I was so impressed that my friends pooled together all their money.
Yeah,
they saved up.
Yeah, we did.
we were poor as fuck. Like, we worked $13 an hour jobs or $10 an hour jobs. We weren't, like...
Every single one of us did.
If this would have happened now, we would have slipped the security guard $40 and said, like, we appreciate your help. And, like, you know, thanks for the turning the blind eye.
Dead out of money.
We were fucking broke as fuck. We're like, do we have enough money to get gas on the way home? So this is the kind of thing that we were at.
Chip had proposed to his wife. And at this moment, Chip had said he was going to do this.
Yeah.
So when he had told me.
I probably told Cerny straight away. Like before.
I'm going to, yeah.
He was, so actually, I do remember.
Yeah, you told me.
Yeah.
And I remember I had called Tony
and
said, this is what's going to happen, dude.
Right.
We're going to have a bachelor party, so we're going to have to.
Because I was the first one. Were we doing Strip and Cern V1?
No. Actually, not when you proposed, but...
Oh, right.
After you proposed.
Okay. During the bachelor party, we were already like recording stuff, right?
Yeah. So pretty, this is
2009? 2008. But I was the first one of all of our friends to kind of propose.
Yeah.
I specifically remember calling Cerny before I was going to ask my wife's dad. To like, I'd like to ask for your daughter's hand in marriage and blah, blah.
On the phone,
I remember talking to Cerny.
Playing the part of her dad.
Nervous as fuck, like running through the lines about this. Like, okay, blah, 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 and this is going to happen. And, actually, I really love your daughter. She's great. She's a great person. I want to spend the blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And Cerny's like, okay, good. And then I hung up the phone like, oh, shit, he's here. And then, it was like, it was this. So I think everyone wanted to really kind of blow it out because it was the first one.
And we were broke. So I remember we did, as Chipper said, we pulled our money together. We really did pull
Yeah. And I remember a certain thing that happened, and someone said, okay, well, it cost X amount of dollars for this. And everyone literally looked at each other and was like, we just plain don't have that money.
It sounds amazing.
Right.
And if
We're
I had
all
the money,
in.
I would fucking be down, but not going to happen.
Not today. I'm sorry.
Now, this is... We went up there after a softball game, remember?
Cerny, like I said, the whole weekend is
So we
sketchy.
played a softball game beforehand.
And we drove up there after.
Yes.
Okay.
We didn't drive.
No, we didn't.
You didn't drive. I didn't drive.
We were drinking on the way up.
Dana
or something.
And nor Tony. Actually, no Tony nor Joe drove. It was another person that was there.
Responsible adults.
Responsible.
Yeah.
The responsible person who actually informed us that we actually had killed a bottle of handle of vodka before.
Christ.
Drove. But
I thought we had two cars.
We may have. So maybe Tony did drive?
Tony would be...
the other responsible adult.
He's not responsible, but...
I know I rode with you in the back. We were like...
We were drinking on the way up because I was super nervous. Yeah, anyway.
And we were super nervous and we were taking bets. That's when we were taking bets.
Yeah.
And actually, remember, we hit traffic. So that's when we cracked open the Irish.
Yeah.
Anyway, going back to the hotel.
So this is the third time security guards have come up, but the fourth time someone has told us to shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Third time security came up, and the son of a bitch said, we're trying to fucking party in here. So it's a party. All right, so
that's a problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I'm guessing when you booked this room, when you called in, you said, it's just me. I'm booking this
now
1,200 square foot suite.
As we'll know him, son of a bitch.
Right.
He booked it. It was just supposed to be him and I.
Okay.
Like we're like
lovers'
a partnership.
quarrel.
Yeah. And then that was it. So,
but there was really 10 people in there, and the guest of honor, of course.
Yeah, there was. So then we continued the party.
Mm-hmm.
You were taking a nap, and
doesn't make me a bad person.
It does not. We only laugh because if you were there, you would know what we're talking about. Yeah. And then the fourth time, knock on the door, and I didn't answer.
I was sleeping.
You were sleeping. I didn't answer the time. I think it was Dana.
I mean, I missed like the good parts of the party, right?
You did.
Yeah.
You
I've
knocked some pictures over.
I know, I remember.
Fucked up.
So they came another time. These same 2 security guards?
It was 4 of them this time.
Oh, holy shit.
Because believe Dana and Tony answered the door.
So this is at 1 or 2 a.m., I'm guessing.
At this point, don't ask me what
Right,
time.
okay. I mean, it's...
But it was roughly around
Right,
that.
yeah.
They said, hey, if we got come again, you're gone.
Oh, no.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Like, we paid like $400 or
and I remember,
whatever,
like,
yeah.
pushing the maid of honor out of the way. Like, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Hold on. I paid for what? Am I get my money back? Well, I'm not the manager. Remember,
Yeah.
Okay. I remember them saying, if you don't want to have this problem, then you need to be quiet. I'm like, he's got a point.
Right.
Right. So, all right, guys. Quiet.
That's tough.
It was tough.
Yeah.
We were fucked up. I remember going downstairs after the maid of honor, the maid left.
The guest of honor.
Guest of honor.
Maid of honor wasn't there.
Anyway, so the guest of honor
Who was
left.
the maid of honor? Anyway.
I went downstairs to try to smooth it over, saying, hey,
Yeah. And
sorry.
unfortunately, your pockets weren't bulging with
no.
I had
20s. Grovel.
Right.
I'm so sorry. We were,
yeah.
and we got the, you know what? I'm really, I was pretty groveler at that point in time.
Yeah.
It's all right. Just calm it down. Like, well, we're down here now, so we'll keep it. All right, that's fine.
You guys go gambling?
We did.
Jesus. And I was asleep.
You were sleeping.
Fucking pussy. Jesus Christ.
We were gambling. Now, I remember coming back, I think it was like 5 in the morning.
Fuck.
And I was the first one back. Actually, no. I was the second one back.
Yeah.
There was another person that was, I think it was sleeping in the bathtub.
I think I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I had the queen bed or the king bed to myself.
Yep. And I came back, I think it was like 5 in the morning ish. Went to sleep, and I think your bunkmate, son of a bitch,
Yeah.
he came back probably shortly after me.
Mm-hmm.
And then went to, what was it, Johnny Rockets?
Oh, probably a nasty hangover.
Yeah, we did.
So now, did you get extra surcharges?
No.
So you skirted the rules,
I skirted the rules.
which is the theme of the podcast.
Groveling. I groveled. I'm so sorry.
So one of our good friends, Stat Boy Dana, who's been a guest on here, recently engaged. So we will go do something for him.
Absolutely.
Now, just had our 7-year wedding anniversary, maybe 7 or 8 years later after the story that we just told.
Yeah.
We're in much better financial positions.
Yeah.
We could pay off said security guards, pay off front desk people, tell people to be quiet, actually disclose that we are going to have 8 guests in the room or whatever the situation is.
Exactly. It was all covert operation at this
It was
point.
it was like a fucking Mission Impossible.
We had pooled our money together. And
Oh,
when I say it, we legitimately
I
got together, huddled up. Like, Chipper's not paying for anything. This is his.
I remember a specific scene, and I'm like, these guys, they like me. Because, like, they're in, these are my
really
guys
like
right
me.
here.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, we don't have any fucking money, but it's like, whatever they got, they're throwing in because they're down for it. So that was great.
And it was legitimate, one of those moments where you told us, hey, I'm going to do this. I remember calling
Yeah.
Tony. I'm like, all right.
Start saving.
saving.
Well, Tony made all the money.
He did.
That was the
He
thing.
was rich back then.
He was. We were talking about $18 an hour or something.
He was I think you're right.
So we were rule skirting in our early 20s. Chip with his dogs. Now, this is a different thing that I had just a couple weekends ago in LA. I travel down and I have my 9-month-old daughter and my wife. And we checked in the hotel. And we said, "Oh, do you have a crib?" Because, she sleeps in a crib. They said, "Yeah, we do." And then they brought it to our room and they said, "This is the last one."
Oh.
And it's one of these pack and play, kind of snaps together, right? It's like collapsed into a, 10 by 6 inch little rectangle. And then you kind of snap it out. It's like a spider almost. It has a base and it goes out. And there wasn't good instructions because it was worn. And I tried to snap it out and I got one side snapped and locked, but the other ones wouldn't go. So it clearly wasn't safe for a kid because it wasn't fully erected.
Yeah.
Out. That's what she said. Oh. So I'm like, well, it's an old one. It's fucked up. It's the last one. It's broken. So the kid slept in the bed with us, and I told my wife, I was like, we'll just go to Target and we'll just buy one tomorrow. Next morning, 7:30, 8, we went to Target, and we were like, okay, and we saw these like pack and play crib things.
Yeah.
And we picked the cheapest one, even though it was probably $49.99 or $39, and there was some up to $200.
Oh yeah.
And she's in checkout. Yeah, and it's like, oh, it has a swaddling thing and a fucking diaper changing station. I'm like, we don't need this shit. Yeah. And we're in LA. I'm not bringing this home. And she's like, should we buy it? I'm like, hold on. And I walked over to the returns department.
Yeah.
And I said, just out of curiosity, what's your return policy? She said, what's the item? I said, like a crib, pack and play. She said, 90 days open? She said, yeah. And I literally just thrust my arm out with a thumbs up sign to my wife, who was already in line, and she's like, yeah, we'll take this too. Yeah. So I got this crib, cut it open. I tried to preserve it.
Yeah.
Kept all the bags, the receipt, the tags, set it up. The kid slept in there for a couple days. The day that we were leaving, packed it up, got the receipt from the wife, brought it into Target. I like to return this. Was there any problems? Nah, it just wasn't not what we were looking for. Okay. $52.75 is going back. Thank you. So I don't usually do that, but that was some instant that I was kind of.
I like it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna one up you in this one.
Oh, go on, Cerny.
This was back when my little guy was a baby.
Like a 9-month or...
Yeah. Infant.
Oh.
And my wife was pumping.
Okay.
So I returned a breast pump.
Used breast pump?
To
where? Target?
Target.
Now, I always thought that Target had one of the more strict policies. But you just need the receipt, though.
I didn't even have the receipt. I played the character of the dumb husband.
Oh.
Well, my wife kind of...
She just told me titties and... Yeah. And they just... Did they put it back on the card? Or did they give you a gift?
Yeah. You have the card? Well, yeah, I do. Well, usually we do store credit. Like, yeah, I get that. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's okay if you do, but
right.
I'm just following.
Right.
orders.
I'm just an idiot.
Yeah. All right.
Right.
Here we go. So all right, I'll put it back in the card. Oh, okay. Thank you. I'll go out here. I'll just check out some other stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Thanks. Walk out.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
That is genius. That's good. I think, not that I make a habit of this type of stuff, but when you're traveling, the kid thing is a big... And we bought baby food and some other stuff, so they made $40 on us. And then... But they didn't make the extra $50 for the crib.
Yeah.
Now... What if somebody made a habit of this? Like, let's say you travel once every 3 months. You fly to LA or whatever, and you go to the local Target, you buy a crib for a couple of days. What do you think of this person that does this on the regular? I mean, we've done it ourselves, Cerny. Don't act like we're...
Not on the regular.
Because if I know I'm going to use this on the regular, I would just buy one. And I would just bring it with us and do the proper thing.
If I knew I was traveling, no big deal.
So if somebody that regularly skirts the rules, what do you think of the regular rule skirter?
So, for those who know me,
I know you.
I'm all about fighting the rules.
Cerny is. He's always against the man.
I am against the man. You talk about rules. I'm okay with fighting it. I'm okay with it.
You're okay? What? So if I traveled once every 2 months, and every 2 months I was buying a new crib, and then using it for 3 days and returning it, you're okay with that?
Yes. Just because I'm not Target.
Cerny.
What about you?
Oh,
So what's your theory?
I don't know if I have a theory per se, but I would just think the reason why it was okay in my eyes is because it was kind of a one-off scenario. Like, it's not something we're doing all the time. It was like, well, I couldn't open this crib or set it up. I thought it was broken. So let me take care of the situation we have and then return it.
Yeah.
It's not every time.
Yeah. Once every 2 months. Now, again, you'll probably have about 3 to 4 times you could actually even do that.
Yeah. Now, if you did it the same thing over and over, like, you always hear these stories about Nordstrom. Like, someone brought a tire back to Nordstrom and they haven't sold tires in 10 years, but they still took it back.
Yeah.
Thing. Well, Nordstrom's been notoriously okay with you returning, you bought this shirt 5 years ago and has a hole in it. Okay, We'll return it and refund you your money 100%, no questions asked. I've noticed now my wife just bought a dress and they attach an extra tag like, we're okay with returns, but this tag has to be attached or else it won't count.
Okay.
So it's like, clearly this tag, you probably can't wear it out.
We have a rep.
Yeah. So I've noticed this kind of thing is happening because this stuff can't happen at Target every couple months. If one person does it, it's fine. But if there's hundreds of people doing it, it's going to set them back.
I think eventually, because they do something with your... No, this is not the wife show. So this is something with the wife show.
Yeah.
I believe they do something with your driver's license number.
Oh,
so
they kind of track you a little bit.
So many times, and they'll just give you store credit.
Okay. Which, we're going to shop at Target again.
Yeah.
So $50 store credit might as well be $50 cash. We'll be there.
Yeah.
We'll be there. So the dogs in the room, that cost me money. I lost that one. Cerny and with Chip's bachelor party, he got out ahead on that one.
Skirted.
Barely skirted that one.
Yeah.
Chip with the crib skirted that one. What things do you guys have to share with us?
ChipandCernShow@gmail.com
or Twitter and Facebook about how you may have gotten past the rules or anything like that. We would love to hear about this.
We would.
Was there any...
beg to hear about this.
Now, in college, they always had the wristbands for, okay, you're 21, you could drink, and then we'll mark it for 2 times, and that's the only beers you can get. Would you ever slide this off?
So, quick story.
Go ahead.
Sac State.
Yeah. Go Hornets.
They had 2 spots where they'd serve beer, remember?
Yeah.
Opposite ends of the campus.
Pizza Round Table or something.
And then at that one community spot. Remember, we would start at the Round Table.
Yeah.
Have our 3 beers. Cut the
max.
The max, which was 3 beers.
Yeah.
Cut the bracelet off. Move over to...
Yeah.
Before class, they have our 3 beers, so we have 6 beers in.
Then go to movie class while we learned about fucking Firefly and Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah.
I do remember that. That's very good. And I do remember the lady like looking at our D, questioning us. Like, oh,
well,
yeah.
This is maybe this place.
Relax. I forgot what the other. I do remember the Round Table Pizza. I don't remember the other one.
It was right in the middle of the fucking campus.
Was it a bar or was it just a restaurant that kind of had?
It was just a restaurant that had. remember they had margaritas and like, really, you have margarita? Well, it's wine based. Beer and wine.
Come on. Oh, you're right. They can't have tequila. Yeah. So at spring training, me and my wife and my friend Clark went with us. Mm-hmm. And we were at the Giants spring training, and they had Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy. Now, we've had this on a podcast before. A very refreshing beer.
It is refreshing.
Now, we're talking about Scottsdale, Arizona, in mid-March. It's probably 85 degrees.
Perfect.
They were giving out free tall boys of Leinenkugel's. So, at AT&T Park, this is $14, right?
Yeah.
We went through, obviously, got our Lineys. They were giving out, beer koozies and other things like that. Cool. Crush that. Hey, I'd love another free Leinenkugel's. So I had my Giants hat on and whatever. And we went through, and my friend went through and got another free one. And I went through, and I think I turned my hat around backwards.
Okay. Disguise.
Yeah. And I said, oh, yeah, Leinenkugel's. And they asked me some questions, and I gave a smart-ass answer. Oh. And the lady she cracked it open and was handing it to me. And the beer girl next to her leans over and whispers something. And they go, did you already have one? I'm like, oh, yeah, a little bit earlier. And they're like, oh, sorry, one per person. So, and as my friend walks off drinking his second tall can of beer for no problem. Then I went a little while later and I even put my sunglasses on and like moved my hair around and they fucking were on to me.
The Groucho Marx.
Yeah, they were on to me again. So, moral of the story is if you're going to try to skirt certain rules, disguise better and just thank you for the beer. Yes, please, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Don't do this fucking chipper bullshit of like...
No guilty conscience.
Right. And
stick to your lie.
Just do it. Say thanks. Yes. Yes, please. No. Thank you. And leave. Yeah. Don't do fucking witty quips because you think this chick's going to show you her tits or she's going to suck your dick. She's not.
She's not.
Grab your fucking beer and get on.
You are not that cool.
You're not. And I am certainly not. Well, again, like we said, what rule skirting things where you got either caught or you skirted by? Let us know.
Or even thought about.
Well, that's true. ChipandSternShow at gmail.com, Facebook, or Twitter. And don't forget to check out the shop at chipandsternshow.com/shop for t-shirts, hats, stickers, all sorts of goodies.
Yeah.
And until next time, I'm Chip.
I'm Stern.
Cheers. Follow the Chip and Stern Show at chipandsternshow.com, Facebook, and Twitter.
Listen at Chip and Stern Show, iTunes, Libsyn, SoundCloud, Google Play, and more.
Support the Chip and Stern Show on Patreon and chipandsternshow.com/shop.
Let us know we're doing some feedback. chipandsternshow at gmail.com. But most importantly, tell a friend, tell a neighbor, tell a stranger. chipandsternshow.com.